Are you professional hustler, a visionary woman who feels in order to deserve your peace, you get to just keep hustling and bustling around all day, and at some point the peace will just miraculously shows up in your experience, and you will feel fulfilled and satisfied that you done enough and that you have your peace and all is cheery and sweet. And what if actually you not getting to where you want to go, even though you hustling and bustling and you feel like you gave all you could give in the endless tasks, in endless demands of the day, especially as a leader, where leading others, and it could be very charging and very creating a big toll on your mind, on your body, on your heart when dealing with situations, dealing with other people. To help them, to inspire them, to empower them, to make the decision, to stay away from managing them, and you get to be actually at your best to be able to do best. So how you can go to flip kind of that script of being in more meaningful being instead of meaningless doing when you feel that's the only way to really inspire and empower others. You are role models, so you get to, like I mentioned, be the best, to role model, to give permission for your followers, because they are watching you. Your actions are speaking volumes, and when they are meaningless, they also start questioning why you doing those meaningless tasks. Like you start eventually questioning them yourself. So same with the others. So you get to somehow realize, to find that really meaning, to find that peace that you want to be. You get to start with the meaningful being, to create daily practices where you can practice and strengthen and mastering with those practices that meaningful being, that who you are, and keep redirecting yourself from that meaningless doing, that it's so easy to go to with the hope that that will be that reward for that peace. You get to experience that peace daily and as often as possible. And in order to do so, it's to coming to that realization that it gets to be a meaningful, that you get to be showing up as a leader, as a visionary, heart center woman, from your power, using your voice, being a peaceful, loving, caring, joyful being, and having so much of that, and creating so much of that inside, so you can actually give from the overflow and not from that push, that hustle of endless tasks that you potentially feel like you get to do it. Yes, as a leader, we get to also learn to delegate things and empower others to do, and not attempting to do everything on our own. And well, when you will be keep coming from that more meaningful being, it will be easier to realize that as well, that you're not here to just keep doing and doing, and somehow questioning even yourself, why, what's the point, what's the meaning behind of all those actions, when I'm tired, when I'm exhausted, when I feel burnout, potentially even when you're not really paying attention, and I'm not at peace. I feel my body is exhausted. I feel in more even this ease in my body, in my mind, and my heart is also not feeling safe. So how to somehow create that? There's, like I had mentioned, it gets to be practiced daily, to create some practices that are aligned with you, to keep returning to yourself, to keep recentering yourself, to create that connection within, so you can share from that connection to the others, and not just from overgiving or overdoing, where you actually distance yourself from the peace, and that won't help you to create some beautiful aligned outcomes, because you won't be in that state and frame of mind to even care about it, and also it will be detrimental to people who are you leading and showing up as the role model, that they also might be questioning or maybe copying what you're doing, and it will not also create things that you desire to create, and especially the peace that you so desire. So so how to go about it, starting from the morning routines of that recentering. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's really up to you how you want to go about it, and what kind of routine, the kind of overall general thoughts about how that routine should look like, something that is enjoyable and create that peace, and not creating some more dis-ease and conflict, and potentially feeling not feeling good that you have to actually do it. That routine gets to actually feel aligned with you and enjoyable and loving, that you actually gifting yourself your time, and gifting yourself space and your own presence to be able to go on your daily adventures. So what I had been doing for quite some time, that feel in alignment with me, and sometimes it is modify when at some point I start feeling that that it's possibly I'm just overdoing it, or start somehow that practice start losing the meaning for me, and it doesn't feel I don't feel anything around it. It feels like just like meaningless task, and it's time to kind of move on, and attempting to see if there's something else that might be more aligned. However, for some time, what feels so empowering and inspiring, to redirect myself in the morning, to recenter myself with a simple putting one hand on my heart and one on my stomach, to recenter myself, to experience that presence within, to see that energy is easily flowing through the body, through the mind, through the heart, and that I feel safe, that I feel loved, that I feel connected with my mind, with my heart, with my body, and that I can kind of start moving on with my day, and I'm in that kind of peaceful, homey place where things looks peachy and peaceful and calming, and that my day can and starting the intention of my day, and even if there are some things happening, and then I get to start taking some actions, they will be more aligned. They I can prioritize them to even somehow practice more of that mental game, that things are kind of working out, and feeling that there is a meaning to it, when it's coming from that meaningful being place, and not meaningless doing, without taking into consideration my own needs and wants. So that's kind of helpful throughout the day, because at some point after you having that extra inspiration, alignment, energy. You feel like from all that years of that hustling, you might be so tempted, like, okay, let's do more, let's see, and you might be forgetting and disconnecting yourself from your center, and all of a sudden pushing yourself more, giving more. And there's nothing wrong of giving more. However, when that giving has the meaning and not just meaningless giving, when it comes with the guilt eventually, that why I overextended myself in that giving, why I kind of gave actually to the point of my power away to somebody because of somehow me being in a different frame of mind, away from my power, away from my center. And I overdid it. I did the number on myself, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel meaningful. It doesn't feel aligned. So coming, keep recentering, keep observing yourself. And when a situation like that happening, because you attempting to recreate, to redirect yourself from potentially years of that hustle. So be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Have grace with yourself when things might be not working the way that might be the days that you went so far, and you feeling judgmental, feeling guilty, feeling shameful that you went so far, that you did something you thought you wouldn't do. And it happened. So create some of that ease to again attempt, not attempt, but do your best to be to come back to yourself, to return, to recenter yourself with some simple exercise, like I had mentioned, with one hand on your heart, one on your stomach, with some deep breaths, potentially, and see. Where you are with yourself, to lessen that judgment, to lessen the guilt tripping, and recentering yourself, to come back to that peace of mind, and to open your body, open your heart, to be able to move forward on the adventures. And same for the evening. So it's throughout the day, throughout the evening, there is a lot of happening. We as a visionary, especially women in the heart center, have a lot on that is happening throughout the day, between our families, between our businesses, and potentially having some friendships that that not always feels like we actually have time for that. So becoming a better at creating all that peace, and being more of that meaningful being, can open the possibilities of having that peace and sharing that with the others, to have a better connections with your loved ones, with your friends, to find time for those friendships, for your family members, and not just kind of focusing potentially on your business, because hoping that if the business will be thriving, then you will be thriving, then your relation with the others will also be better. However, it's also kind of a flip on its head kind of belief, where when you actually coming from more of that center space, everything will be more in that alignment, because all is connected. You cannot disconnect yourself from your business, because if you do, it becoming a detrimental, a chase, a hustle. And when you actually coming from the connection, when you feel centered with yourself, when you feel that connection with the others and with your business, then the outcomes of that and the fruits of that will be more sweeter and more empowering and inspiring for you, and for others. You will role model for others and creating a beautiful legacy where you will be remembered in such a positive and empowering way. And it's not just when you pass away, but also on a daily basis, that people will feel like that saying, like people don't care how much you know, but the people care how much you care, how much how you make them feel. And that's kind of the legacy we get to kind of keep creating as a visionary woman in our environments, in our homes, in our friendships, in our communities, in our businesses, where we not chasing that peace, but embody more of that peace on a daily basis, where we can experience that ourselves and can share that with the others, and give others also permission that it's possible for them, because that's possibly something to somehow get on board when you start feeling that, because we are, as a woman, are very giving and overgiving. So getting your mind on board, that piece where you, when you including yourself with experiencing that on a daily basis, is not for your own only for your own benefits, but for the benefits of many, where you can really make that true difference, and inspire others and empower others that it's possible for them. So hopefully that will encourage you to continue with your practices, daily practices, where you bringing more of that peace, and you coming from more of that peaceful being, where you keep coming from more of that center, from that homey environment, where you can make that real difference and inspire and empower yourself and others to take aligned actions, and to create more of that peace that will actually be looking brighter, where more of us leaders can come to those realization that eventually we can even experience more of that peace in around us, in our communities, and eventually in this world, which especially those days experience so much conflict and distress because of the power struggle, because of the hustling, because of that disconnect from ourselves, and losing the meaning in all of that, and returning to more of that connection with self, a connection to our divine, to God, to create more of that meaningful being, we of service to ourselves and to others, and can ripple that beautiful difference, and be that creating that peace in our environments, in this world, and in our communities, and in this world. So trusting that that it's helpful to what I've been sharing, to somehow allow yourself more of those peaceful experiences on a daily basis, and not treating them as the reward system, but a birthright, that you can have them without part of deserving, without enough doing, because this is a foundation before you start actually taking actions, that you get to kind of coming from that place, that it will be creating more aligned actions, better outcomes, sweeter fruits of your labor. So anyhow, so that's kind of the message. I put it some highlight points in the description. I also inviting you to go and check awaken women.com when that message feels inspiring, and you might want to share with the others. Feel free to share that. Subscribe to the channel to be notified, and possibly notification button to be notified when I'm coming live next. And feel free to put some comments, some feedback in to what I'm sharing, your thoughts about it, and if that was helpful, and maybe your own experience that you're having, and that shifting your perspective, that shifted your perspective, or maybe what I'm sharing is somehow feeling inspiring and empowering to see things from a different perspective, that will bring more of that peace of mind and heart and body and spirit to you, because when dividing things to share, or I shouldn't be even saying dividing, because all it's connected between physicality, mental, emotional, spiritual, peace, and other words that I've been sharing and called to share on a monthly basis. Last month was joy, for example. It's not to disconnect them, however, just putting more emphasis on a weekly basis to explore more how that gets to look like, how it can look like when it's in more aligned space. So you get to start kind of checking with yourself where some work gets to kind of happen, where more of that piece gets to happen, because it creates that connection and the total true peace. However, you might be good, and you it will help you kind of do that inventory. Maybe you're good in certain areas. Maybe you've made a lot of progress in physicality of creating more of that ease in your body through some practices, but maybe there's still some challenging to get your mind on board of what you're doing, especially if you're doing something new, or it's a relatively new practice, and your mind is still not fully on board, and you get to somehow bring more of that observation and awareness to yourself from that mental space. Or maybe there is some kind of emotions, like you questioning, is that the right thing to do, and kind of concerned about that. Or maybe you don't feel that connection, you feel some of that disconnection, which definitely will be detrimental to experience peace. When you don't feel connection to yourself, when you don't have a connection to your spirit, to your heart, with your mind, with your body, to really experience that true peace. And possibly there might be something that can be done about it once you actually become aware. That's kind of the place that you get to kind of put more focus or more attention to. So I hope it makes sense and gives you some food for thought, and to explore on those different areas, to see how you can more experience more of that total true peace on a daily basis. And I'm also passionate because I know, as a visionary and a heart center leader, that it's not easy to be alone, to deal, because we're not alone. We have the environments, all kinds of environments, and put in charge to be of service to others, to lead the communities, or to lead our teams, or whatever roles as a leader you have, and inspiring others and empowering others. That it's a role that it shouldn't be taken lightly. And we get to keep somehow remembering about ourselves, because that's the only way we really will be truly able to inspire and empower others, when we keep remembering about ourselves, keep returning to ourselves, remembering who we are on that level of not just human, but also being, where we can be of creating more of that difference to others. So I'm so passionate to create some intimate setting with some other visionary, aligned, heart center women, an environment where a loving, joyful, peaceful, and enlightening environment, where we can come together on a few times a month to experience our presence, to expand our energies, expand our presence, to be able to make difference for each other, for ourselves, and also to create that real difference for others and build our legacy. So when you feel that it might be worth to connecting and see how that can expand your horizons, feel free to put in a comment connect, and we I can share how we can do that. And like I mentioned about the comments. There's more content, blog posts on my website, awaken-woman.com. There's also links on that website for connection as well, to book some time together. So without further ado, trusting that that message was inspiring and gave some empowering, created some empowering thoughts and perspective. And without further ado, sending so much love, joy, peace, and light. And see you around. Take care.